Okay, so we're taking some baby steps. Today I've been running around quite a bit and all that, but I tell you, on a day like today, this is where you realize the genius of what they did. We ended up finding some of the old screens like this that are adjustable, which fit in perfectly. The way the convection works in here, it literally feels like a wind tunnel. You can see this shade is like being pushed against there. So this side of the house is cool right now. All that air is coming in. And once we open up the other windows, it literally is. You can, if I put a windsock in here right now, you would feel the cool air that's blowing through here. It is amazing. So I'm going to, a couple things I need to do. I'm going to pour the countertop, another level of that. I'm going to mix some more plaster to go ahead and finish off the wall there. And I'm also going to use the shaper to finish getting the other doors put together for tonight. So we'll do that and get some more work done. But this air feels amazing. Okay, so here's what's cool. All right, so we had bought these bar stools right here that were, I think, 2 for $50. Now we got an upgraded one here with a cushion on it. So that's the first time I've sat down on one of them. They definitely are more cushioned. How they feel, baby? Feel pretty good? So the good thing is 4 bar stools will actually fit up underneath of here. So technically this would be my eating spot right here. And I could put 3 more people here eating together while we're cooking over there. So I'm getting ready to pour the next pour. Now I had a spot over there that was low. It sucked in basically in the pour. So I sanded, I put some more in there yesterday. I sanded it down so it's basically flat, and I had the same thing over here. So I'm going to do one more pour on top of that. I'm hoping that I won't need to polish it up. Now this one I did yesterday. The edges right here are a little bit sharp, but I want to let it cure real good before I go ahead and sand that and put the next coat on the edges. So we'll go through and we'll coat the edges all at one time. But definitely is shiny. It is shiny as can be. Okay, so our pour is done here. So I've got some other things to do. I'm going to start working on cutting these door panels and stuff down to get the doors together, get that done so that way I can take the shaper and put it back in the garage and stuff. But that definitely looks good, and hopefully I can get some plaster put together so I can finish plastering that room. Yeah, there's always a lot to do here. Okay, so this is one of those great days. Not only is the weather incredible, no, it's not cookie dough, it's actually lime plaster for the walls. And this wonderful lady just came up and said that her grandmother, what is your name?
Frances Weiniger. And what was her name?
I don't know, what was your grandmother's name?
My grandmother's name was,
Okay.
Thompson.
Okay,
My
Thompson.
mother was Thompson.
Thompson,
and then
okay.
the great mother that lived here, her last name was, do you know the names of them? I can't think of them.
Oh man, Arnold House is what I've only known it as. I know Ted Campbell was born in the front room.
Okay.
He actually was a musician. He's about 80 years old now, and he said his mom used to clean the house for the Arnolds.
Yeah, but it is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I have met so many people that are related. I met a Beverly, who her ancestor, she has a copy of the deed where they ended up selling the land to a Mr. Brown for $200 to build the house in like 1817. So it's kind of cool when people come by. You have to see the inside of the house.
What was the name of her?
That was the Arnolds, Mary Arnold.
We'll come by one day next
Okay.
week.
Can we come back, or we can shop you up?
Sure, no problem.
It won't be
I'll be
today.
here Monday and
Are
Tuesday
you
next
in the
week.
black truck?
Yeah, that's my truck.
Okay, we'll
Yeah,
see it all.
definitely come by because you'll. Okay, so it is about 10:15. It's kind of crazy. Maybe I'm just kind of crazy, but I'm trying to get as much done here as I can, and tomorrow we'll be going back home for a couple of days, and next Tuesday. Tuesday is kind of cool because we've got the Historical Committee or Society of Waynesboro. David, who is the historian, had come by and wanted to see how the place is coming. And he was so impressed with it that he said, I would love to have our meeting here. Now, you saw the nice lady that we met earlier today, who's 91 years old. More than anything else, that's the thing that I love about this house, is that there's so many people that are actually happy with what we're doing. There's so much hate in the world and animosity and jealousy and stuff like that. It's great to meet all of these different people and to hear their stories. She's telling us about her great-grandmother used to live here, and her 5 sisters used to come here. So it was kind of cool to say, well, if you took a bath here, we still have the original bathtub and so on that we're putting in here, and we're restoring as much of it as we can, and we're updating it. That's a really cool feeling. So they'll be coming and having their meeting here. So it's like, I want to say, he said like 10 people that will be here for their meeting. So trying to get as much done as we can to kind of show off the place. And I'm rather proud. Today was one of the first times that when I was doing some plastering, I didn't do it live. I was just kind of tired today, and I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and slap this on here because I have the live stream that I had to do, and I was just trying to get her done. Now, these are the 2 doors that go on the other side of the island that I hadn't put together yet. And I have the doors for the vanities upstairs that I'm making too. Well, actually, both vanities. There's a vanity, of course, in that bathroom, and the vanity upstairs. So there's those 4 doors. So let me show you what we've gotten done so far today. This is, of course, a labor of love doing this thing. And I had a section in here where it just drained into it, so it was like an indentation on it. Now, you can go ahead and polish and buff it and all that. It's a big process. It is really dusty and dirty. You got to literally start out with like 180 grit paper, and you go from 180 to 220 to 330 and 440 and 500, and I mean, literally, you'll go up to about 7,000, and then you're going to be buffing and all that. But we did another pour on there to really get it. If you look, I'm going to have to do that on the top here too, but because you'll see some of these holes in here where it's really, the pores are down there deep. So what I really need to do is get some regular epoxy, clear epoxy, mix it up to fill in the holes, and then pour the top again. But you look at that, I think it looks really good. I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to clamp these up here in a second. The good thing is I'll be able to take these bar clamps back home, so I'll get that out of here. I did have the shaper here, but I got that on the truck to take and put back in the workshop because I won't need that here anymore either. But I did go through, and I've got the first coat of plaster throughout this whole room. I started this yesterday. We did it live, and we had gotten all of this section in here done, and I finished this one, but I ran out of plaster. Thing with the plaster is it literally takes about an hour for me to mix up a batch, and it's like 2 buckets of sand and a bucket of the lime putty, or if I have a little bit more or so, but basically you're making about 15 gallons of it. And so you see about how far it goes. So this is 2 batches in this room, so that's like 30 gallons of it. The problem for me, of course, is my arms. It's just they get worn out. So I can only do really about like one batch, maybe two. The good thing is I don't need to mix any more of the sand plaster in here anymore. This can all be gone over with the finished plaster. And Jet actually picked up finished plaster for me. He was coming down, but tomorrow, I'm going to be going home tomorrow, so it doesn't matter, but I'll get it from him next week. But definitely an improvement here as you look at that stuff. So that's the main things that we've gotten accomplished here today. I got a half ton of sand on the truck. I got about half of that off for mixing plaster, because I was mixing up some more plaster there. But you know, when I look at this kitchen, oh my goodness, let's look at this a little bit more. The wife is decorating it while we're working on it. You see the rack over here that she has. I think this looks great right here. See the Ring camera, of course, right there. I think this looks great right there. It looks kind of like the antique heart pine. The open shelving, it's nice because you've got the plates and stuff that you can see. I have no idea what the hell this is. I don't know. And it's like, what do you do with this? I don't know. But this is one of those lady things. Of course, my great-great-grandmother's waffle iron, this is kind of cool. I had never seen one like this before. But when you look at, let's flip it around. Look at this. They're card suits. They're card suits. It is amazing. And so it's cold out there. Ooh, let me close the window. It's chilly. What we're trying to do with this, and like having the lady who used to come in here, is we want this to feel like you are in a vintage home. But we also want to have the modern conveniences. Things that were really important to me were, when we do these modern conveniences, that you don't see them. We don't want to destroy the integrity of the house. So, for example, down here, the ductwork is actually under the cabinets in the floor. All of the ductwork for this floor is under the house. The only thing that you see as far as the heating and air conditioning are floor vents like that, or the return grill that's up there. That's it. And the same thing with upstairs. Upstairs, we have another unit up there that's feeding down. So you don't see a modern convenience. A lot of times when you have something like this, you've got to run all the ductwork, and there was no way to run the ductwork that you weren't going to see bulkheads and everything else. So it took more time, it took more money to do that, but we did it. Another thing that we did is, this is all brick walls. All these walls are brick, okay? This, you can see how thick the wall is. In fact, you can see, there's the brick. Okay, that's the back half of the house from when it was originally built. Problem is, a lot of people, when they would run electricity like this, they put a box right here on the brick, and they put a conduit on there, and you see all that. I don't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. So we channeled the wall. Put a piece of conduit in there, set the box in there, and we plastered it back up. And I will tell you, with the plaster on the wall, when you're doing plaster, here's what's kind of cool. It's limestone that's been crushed into a powder. It's been heated to like 900 degrees centigrade, and they put water into it, and it becomes hydrated lime. You add the sand or your aggregate to it. When it hardens, it's like it's going back to being stone again. This wall is solid as a rock, well, because it basically is now a rock. And if you had seen this place before, you'll remember the bricks were all showing through here. This section of the floor was actually an upheaval, and it just looked like a bomb had went off on there. It's hard to believe that this is actually the same place. So tomorrow's goal is we go ahead and start getting all the stuff at least out of here, so that way when they have their meeting, they can have their meeting right here. Same thing with like upstairs, because I know they're going to want to go around and really see the house, and it'll be nice to be able to say, you know, take a look at the kitchen. Now they said, you know, well, we don't need anything or anything like that. but I think my wife will probably want to do some hors d'oeuvres or something or other for them to make it nice for them to have their meeting, because it'll be actually the first time an event has actually been here at the Red Brick House. And that'll be kind of cool. So you think of this place that was scheduled to go in a landfill. The people who originally started to try and save it are going to be coming to see it. And I'm kind of excited about that. So if I can get there's actually not that much here, but if I can get all the stuff out of here, get the floor swept up real good. The kitchen does not look bad. The back room over there, we've got the floor varnish and stuff on there. I'll do the trim because we'll be back Monday. The meeting isn't until Tuesday evening, so I'll probably do the trim back there in the other room, so that way trim to the closet in the to the bedroom back there. That'll make those passageways, even though the doors, although I do have the doors, the parts for them, I might be able to put them together. If I get that stuff together, then that would really make the place look nice. So we keep on working at it. Clamp these up, and then I'll clamp the other ones tomorrow. Don't want to do that. It might be time to call it a day. Because we definitely don't want to break the exhaust fan. I mean the ceiling fan. Okay. All right. I'm going to go up and work a little bit on the trim up there. It's just exciting to be here with this place. And I just love the, I tell you what, let me show you something else here. Okay. Now, keep in mind, this is, you know, we're making do right now, okay? We're making do. And we are, you know, staying here while we're working here, which makes it convenient. Now, we've got the windows open. It's 69 degrees in here right now. Look. 69, which is good. This is the kind of temperature I like. Now, this is actually an air mattress that we are sitting on right now, but we have a tall bed. I still need to put the finish varnish coat on the floor. That's why we got paper on it while we're still working on upstairs. But we have a bedroom door. This is a repurposed door right here that we've used. Now, this is bothering me because it's not even. I'm going to end up recutting this and filling it in with body filler because this is not the door that was originally here. And so when we repurposed another door, the lock was in a different location. We also, and I've got to sand this because, again, this was another lock that was on here. We've reused this door from another spot. Now, the problem is this is only a 73-inch opening. The doors were a lot longer. So we had to cut off a lot of the bottom and cut off some more of the top. But this was once a doorway. So it was a door to come in here. Why they needed two, I don't know. But we put shelves into it. So we've got ourselves a nice linen closet and extra storage space for that. And I took some scrap wood and just made a temporary TV stand. So, you know, it's comfortable. This is, the bedrooms are not very big in this house, but back in those days, you didn't really need them. It is a walk-in closet. We do have a full bathroom in there. and it's comfortable. And I'm making the doors to go in there. The wood blinds, I think, are perfect in this house. They look really, really good. And this is still freaking me out to see a door that's painted black over there. And the great thing, this is the thing that's like a bonus with this house, is with this white plaster, and I don't know if we're going to keep it this white or if we put a little tint into it, because we still have to lime wash all this stuff. The color and the lighting, look at this. Look at it is incredible lighting in here for doing photography. These recessed lights are incredible, and so I love this space. Now, me and my wife had a discussion because we've been talking about television. She's like, I really don't want to have one mounted to the wall. And our thoughts in the place are, we want to make this place so if we're not using it, let's say somebody wants to have a little event here. Like, let's say you want to have a historic club meeting. Or let's say you're getting married and you want to have like a get together or reception or something here. We want to be able to make this place so it's convertible. And so my thinking is, the great thing about like YouTube TV and all the stuff being wireless is, you don't have to be in one central location. I can get like a rack, you know, like one of the mobile racks like I have at my house, and have a TV just on the rack. If you don't want the TV, you could take the TV off the rack because there's no cable, it just gets plugged in, and that's where it's nice that we have like the floor outlets in a couple places. You could get 65-inch TV, put it on the rack, put it around, and, you know, leave it around when you want to, or have a cabinet where you can put it in, store it. And so having a game day here will be great. Now we have my wife down in Pennsylvania, another one of the reasons why we'll go back up to Harrisburg, and it's a L-shaped sofa bed, but it's not like your mama's sofa bed. It is made so it's got a firm bed up underneath that comes out. So it's actually a firm mattress on it. So that's a queen bed that will go downstairs down there. So that way, if you have extra company, you got a queen bed for people to sleep on. We're thinking about doing one like that here, but the problem is the one she got, the L is this way, and we don't want an L that way because that'll make it too closed in. We need to get one that is just a straight sofa, or one that's an L on this side, because what we want to do is we have an antique ice chest, the ice box, that I'm going to try and convert and actually make it so it will cool. So it'll be like a refrigerator to go up here. I think it'll go on that wall. I'm going to do built-in bookcases and cabinetry and stuff over there on those two sides of the fireplace, so that way you can have all kinds of, like, you know, paraphernalia of the house and stuff on each side of it. And I'm going to make a cabinet that looks like a bar that can go on the wall, that'll have wheels, but I'll be able to wheel it out to wherever I need it, and it'll be like a drop leaf that'll open up, so that way it'll be my studio desk. Because see, what I have is, I have like my computer system like this. This is my studio. All I need is a table that's only about 4 feet wide to set this up, and I could go ahead and set up almost anywhere in here. And the great thing will be is, if I want to sit, like if we have a couple chairs here, I can sit right here, have the table right there. If I want to do it like over the couch, or just have a fold-up chair someplace, I can put it and move it anywhere I need to. And when I'm not here, if somebody's having an event, they can use it as a bar. So that's the thinking that we're trying to do, is figure out ways of making everything kind of, you know, like a transformer. And I love the place. So I've been running my mouth here quite a bit, and I haven't done what I wanted to do. But before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to at least get this piece of molding up underneath of here cut and put in place, so that way I can start the process of getting this thing finished. All right, peace.